Um, Behavioral health issues is kind of the new word for individuals who suffer from a mental illness. In the few minutes that you have to spend with each of the folks that you're going to be working with in a decontamination exercise, it's going to be impossible for you to determine whether or not somebody's experiencing symptoms of a mental illness. If someone is presenting as angry or possibly defiant, they may simply be angry or defiant. It doesn't necessarily indicate that they have a mental illness. Now, mental illness is just that. It's an illness. It's an illness of the brain. It's a disease that affects the way people process information. It affects the way that you interpret the outside world. It really dictates the way that you are interacting with others. So hallucinations are a symptom of a major mental illness called schizophrenia. You're hearing voices. Your hearing voices are actual and real in your mind that other people can't hear. All right? And many times they can be very soft, like a whisper, like you heard at the very beginning. Sometimes they can be extremely loud. Sometimes they can be very demanding. Sometimes they can tell you to do things that you don't really think that you should be doing. However, it's a command hallucination. It's the voice of God that's telling you, don't listen to this soldier because he wants to kill you. Can they control this? Absolutely not. All right? Delusions are another common experience for somebody who has a major mental illness, a serious and persistent mental illness. They may believe that you're an imposter. They may believe that you aren't actually who you say you are. They may have this delusional belief, again, that there's something sinister afoot. All right, so this is their reality. And many people who experience major mental illness have prepared, essentially, all of their adult lives for a worst-case scenario. Okay? So because of their illness, because of their hallucinations, because of their delusions, or because of the way they think and interpret the world around them, they're preparing for this catastrophe. All right? And for that reason, many of them will do very well. Okay? Many of them will have rehearsed for this. Unlike a lot of the other special needs populations that you're going to be hearing about today, mental illness is a hidden illness. At least you can't see it from the surface. Now, you may be experiencing it based on what you're seeing, and then what you have to do is respond to some of those emotions that you're seeing. All right? You try to empathize with what they're experiencing. All right? Psychological first aid is essentially a way of dealing with people who are experiencing trauma. Number one, you assure safety. Number two, you calm hyperarousal. Number three, you connect with significant others, help to establish self-control. And five, you instill hope. The first thing is to assure safety. You're going to hear this probably from just about everybody on this panel. You have to reinforce to them that the only reason that you are there is to assure their safety. Again, they may or may not believe you, but still you have to do that. You have to reassure to them consistently and repeat to them the only thing that you're there for is to help them stay safe. The same token, don't lie to them. Don't say to them, don't worry, everything's going to be fine, because you wouldn't be going through this experience if everything was fine. Speak in low, soothing tones. Don't get involved in any of the delusions by agreeing or disagreeing with them. Be aware of your own emotional response when we're talking about calming hyperarousal. Ask them, what do you need to do in order to calm down? How can I help you calm yourself down? Keep your breathing under control. If you're getting all jacked up, they're going to get jacked up too. Okay? Let them know that you can't hear them if they're shouting. All right? You're there to try to help them. If they're shouting at you, you can't focus, you can't help them as well as you'd like to. The third thing to do would be to connect with significant others. They may or may not have them at your disposal in the time that you have left. Trust is something that's very difficult for this group of individuals to experience and to give you. Don't expect that you'll earn it in the short time that you're going to have to spend with them. So see if there's anybody around them that might be able to help you out and get that individual calmed down.